us to the cloud. All right. Welcome, everyone. We are so excited for you to join us tonight. You are in for a treat. We have three very special guests with us here tonight. The men are taking over our Thursday night wellness call tonight. So you are going to be hearing from Haden and Greg and Eric, sharing their experience with Young Living. So you might want to get a pen and a piece of paper, maybe take some notes. I think they have some pretty good nuggets for us. So let's get started with, we're just going to have them tell us a little bit about, who they are. Like, why did you join the Young Living? A little bit of why you joined, maybe what's your favorite. So I don't know. I can't see everybody. Karen, I might need a little extra assistance tonight.
I can do it. Hayden, do you want to get us started? Introduce yourself.
I sure can. Hi, everybody. My name is Haden Murray. I am married to the beautiful, vivacious Brenda Murray. We got involved in Young Living back in the wife got started in 2016. I was not really excited about it back then, but once I realized that the healthy changes that her body was getting, and the fact that once I got on board and started using the products, I was starting to have some of those great health benefits. And because this is a lifestyle change, it's not something, you can just do it whenever, it's a total lifestyle change. And we're enjoying the journey right now. She just was promoted to silver, and I was just promoted to executive.
That is an amazing accomplishment. And if you are new here and you're not really sure what that means that they've helped a lot of people get started on their journey, and they have shared with a bunch of people, and they are changing lives for all kinds of people. And so I don't know, Greg, are you here that you'd like to share with us?
Sure. So I'm Greg Warman. I'm married to Karen, or as I call her, the love of my life. So I kind of got started on Young Living by accident because, I was just doing it to support Karen, whatever she wanted to do. I was like every other guy in here, probably. There's three levels we go through: skeptical, user, and then advocate. And I was probably the biggest skeptic, and now I'm one of the biggest advocates. And the way I got introduced was, y'all, I had the worst runny nose, itchy eyes, sneezing. I felt like crud for 3 months out of the year every spring on prescriptions. And then Karen asked me if I'd try something outside the box. And she had me drink a couple drops of Thieves, which I love the taste of. And then she rubbed some Thieves on the bottom of my feet. And I, I like to tell everybody I told her the problem was up here in the money maker, but she explained to me why we put it on our feet. Had, I would say, instant relief. The next day felt better, and was still skeptical, thought it couldn't be that. So I didn't do it again and was miserable again. So ever since I found out how well it helps me for certain things, I've been a huge advocate, and I love it.
Let's put the record straight, though. I never asked him to drink it. I put it on the bottom of his feet. I don't like to drink Thieves, and that was his idea, and he loves it. So more power to him, right?
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Thieves is a little spicy, so it gives you a little spicy drink if you're drinking it. I'm gonna say. And Eric, do you want to share with us?
Sure. Can you guys hear me?
Good.
Okay, great. Sorry, we were kind of driving home. Hi, everybody. My name is Eric Berger. I am married to Jolene Berger. She is a gold leader in Young Living. the way I got started in Young Living was when I first started dating Jolene, probably I'm gonna say 15 years ago. We live in the Waterloo, Seneca Falls area, and she was always using oils, and she said they're having a meeting at our local Holiday Inn. So being someone that was newly dating her, I went to this meeting. Was the only guy, which is typically the way it is in the early stages, and listened to speakers, and then use the products in our daily life. And now I think it was like pretty similar to the stages that Greg talked about. You're skeptical at first, and then you're just on board 100%. It's just more or less part of our lifestyle. So yeah.
All right, awesome. And I think we shared maybe a little bit. You shared, some of you shared. Greg told us about thieves, but do you have a a favorite product? Favorite product, and why that's your favorite product, or maybe even a certain experience that you want to share with us that you didn't yet? I'm gonna say Eric, we can let you start. You're still here with us.
Sure. I think the oil, or I'll just say the portfolio of oils that I think has had the biggest impact or biggest change for me has to do with lavender oil, or like the lavender product line. I don't know who's had the liberty of and privilege to use lavender in their life, but it's pretty common for healing burns is one of the big things that I think most people are first introduced for it. And for me, specifically, this is Willow, everybody. If you haven't met Willow, this is my daughter. She's usually at lots of Young Living events and stuff. But for me, the way I got introduced and really kind of hooked on it is I'm a fair-skinned person, but I love to go to the beach. I love to spend time in the water. And we went to the beach, got completely sunburned, and my wife told me to put sunblock on, and of course I didn't listen. And cleaned my skin, applied a variety of different Young Living lavender products, specifically lavender essential oil, and then Lavaderm, which is one of my absolute favorite products. And the next day I felt 60 times better. The fastest recovery of a burn that I've had before. It kind of almost made me reflect upon like when I was younger and got burnt going to the beach as a kid, and suffering through having either heat exhaustion or heat stroke from being out in the waves for long. So I'm going to say that like the lavender product line just in general is probably one of the big influences for me to be engaged in Young Living.
Yeah, there are some of my favorites. My favorites too, not just they're for everyone. How about you, Greg?
It's hard to say, to say I have one favorite. There's so many, but I kind of like the products that have multiple uses for me. So if I eat something spicy and my stomach starts hurting, or if I get pressure in my head, or just get stress and my head starts hurting, I love the peppermint oil. So again, as Karen would tell everybody, I love to ingest the oils. We were at a restaurant in Crestview, Florida, and I maybe ate too much and my stomach was hurting. And I grabbed a bottle of peppermint, tilted it back, put a few drops on my tongue, took a swig of water, and then went back to, doing what we do. And this couple was looking at us, and this guy goes, "What was that?" And I said, "Oh man," I said, "it's peppermint oil." I said, "My stomach was killing me, and now it's almost instant relief." And then, when I got the pressure in my head and that, I'll put a drop on each temple, rub it in, and especially like if I've had a stressful day, I'll just rub it on the back of my neck. And I mean, it's one of those things you almost feel instant relief. So of the oils, other than thieves, I would have to say peppermint is one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, I think a lot can relate to that as well. And Hayden, how about you? What would you say is your favorite?
It's actually it's tough because I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this. Some of you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's Hayden. That's all 237 pounds of Hayden. I was in the U.S. Army, decided to go on a seafood diet. I'd see the food, I'd eat it, but I wasn't moving my body and doing any exercise. So when you have no energy, you're not going to want to exercise. You're not going to want to do anything. And I didn't have anything that was motivating me or give me any energy. So my wife, she ordered this stuff right here. And I cannot go a day without this. This is something that we make sure we keep a good stock of it. It's called Ninja Red. It's full of antioxidants. It provides you with energy. It helps balance your blood sugar. It helps balance your nervous system. It helps balance your endocrine system. I mean, guys, if my wife is here, she'd be laughing right now because we actually, because you can order what you want when you want to. Well, we both thought each other had ordered this and we went a whole month without it. That was the most miserable month of our entire life. And my wife would tell you that too. We had no energy, no desire to get up. Friends would be calling us, hey, let's go do this. And we're like, no, we don't want to do anything. We're just tired right now. We just, we weren't, I didn't have the focus that I would have daily after I drank my Ninja Red. I mean, it's just something, it's been life-changing for me and for my family because we will not run out of it again. I can promise you that. It is a great product. It helps you in so many different, that's the thing I love about the oils. They have many different uses. They're not just for one thing specific. You use them, you'll find out they help you with a lot of different areas and different parts of your body system. But Ninja Red is definitely that product that I can never, ever go without. It's something that we always have, and I always drink it and use it as long as it's in existence.
Yeah, that's, I think that story is one I've heard before. I didn't know what it was doing, and then I didn't have it, and it was terrible. And I think that's something that a lot of times we don't realize what it's doing for us until we skip it or we miss it. And then we're like, why did I do that? Why did I make that mistake? So, yeah.
And Hayden, before I found Ninja, it was crazy. It was like for like a month straight, I was getting sick Monday through Thursday every week. And then come to find out it was my weekend immune system. Sorry.
Yeah. And all right. So Hayden, I'm going to ask you now, what do you think is Young Living for the guys?
Young Living is definitely for the guys. I mean, there's products like Greg talked about, and products that oils that Eric has talked about. But what I tell guys, because I've been able to have a couple of guys that I've sponsored and gotten into the business. I tell them, write down 3 issues or problems that you have, and let's figure out what oils or supplements we can use to help you. And people are amazed that, oh, that oil does that, or that oil does this, to help me with my sleep. It will help balance my blood sugar levels. It'll help me with when I'm feeling really, really anxious. It helps me with all this stuff. And I'm like, yes, it does. And like Greg said, when my wife got started, I was not on board like I am now. She pretty much was ordering everything. She would occasionally ask me, is there anything you want me to get for you? Now neither one of us does the order without talking to each other. We're always, hey, look, what do you think about getting this? What do you think about getting that? And so we just bounce that back and forth. Young Living is definitely for the guys. There's plenty of oils, plenty of supplements that guys can use. And I was telling these guys, I use this stuff every day from the time I get up in the morning after I take my shower until the middle of the day. When I need this, I must have this up until the time it's time for me to go to bed. I'm using Young Living. There's plenty of stuff here. And I love the shoe trend line. A lot of guys, that have beards that I know that are buddies of mine, they buy shoe trend for me. And I mean, it is just a great product. I mean, it's a quality product, and I'm so happy that Young Living has it available for me.
Yeah, it definitely is. And so, Hayden, you mentioned that you had helped some different guys get started. And I know you and Brenda together have helped a lot of people get started. How would you recommend that somebody gets started?
What I do is I go out and I just, I just talk to people. I mean, guys, girls, I talk to both, and, just ask them, I'll just a normal conversation. And then I will ask them, do you know anybody that has some issues that they've been working on that they haven't really gotten any results? I may have something that could help them. And most of the time people will say, yes, yeah, I do. So what are you talking about? And then I don't really go into, great detail, because you don't need to sell them at that point. You just need to tell them, hey, let's just get together. Let's just sit down and have a normal conversation, have a cup of coffee. You can ask me some questions. I'll explain some stuff to you. I'll have some samples that I personally give out samples to people. They'll take the samples back after a couple of days. I'll follow up with them and ask them, hey, how was that lavender I gave you for sleep? How was that thieves oil that I gave you for that pain you said that you had in your knee? And based on that, that follow up and that feedback, I will tell them, that, hey, we can get you started, and if you want to, you can also do this as a business. This is not something where you can just buy products. You can also do it as a business, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, the other thing that we want to, you talk about having a conversation with people and stuff. The other thing too that we want to look at is, why do you think, and why is it important to you to not use the chemicals that are found in most of our personal care products? I know you mentioned the Shoetran line that you use. Whoever wants to jump in, you can go ahead and jump in with that one.
Greg, I'm going to pass this to you.
Well, I can definitely take it. I think Eric's better served with this, because I know Eric talks about the thieves line all the time. So I'll definitely talk about it, unless you want to, Eric.
You go ahead.
Okay. So I grew up like most everybody else in here, and if our house didn't smell like Clorox or Lysol, then it wasn't clean, right? And had I not met Karen, I probably would still subscribe to that. And Karen tells a lot of people, just Google the side effects or the dangers of XYZ. Put in any cleaning product, and it's crazy the stuff we put in our bodies. I mean, any of us that are 50 or older probably remember when the government put fluoride in our water because it was supposed to help our teeth, and then come to find out it did a lot more damage to other systems in our body. So I just think it's super important to keep things as clean as possible. And then when we, like at our house, we use thieves cleaner for everything from floors to windows to when I'm cutting chicken on the cutting board, wiping down the counter. It's so nice to have a natural product that we don't have to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's one of the great things, is that you said you don't have to worry about. And some of it is crazy. Greg hit some of those highlights of some of the crazy things that have happened. So I guess one of the things I might say is, do you have a routine? And maybe Eric, do you have a routine you want to tell us about with what you do with how you use your products?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just kind of talk about a normal day in my life and how they are incorporated in my life. So like typically I'll wake up in the morning and I'll work out. And then when I come home to my house, the first thing I do is usually wash my hands. And if you go into any bathroom in my home, it has the Fulmer dispensers of either the Thieves line, the lavender line, or I think right now there's like a ton of Christmas spirit because we just got off the holidays. So like I wash my hands and then I go take a shower. When I go and take a shower, I only use Young Living products. So I use lavender shampoo and conditioner. Who would have figured, right? And then for soap, I use usually right now it's the charcoal bar soap. If I don't know if you guys have ever used it or ever seen it, it's black as night, and you rub it on your skin, and it's black at first, but it's kind of neat. It's a cool experience actually. But then after I shower, the first thing, or I'll say the first oil that I typically put on is cedarwood. I'll get done taking a shower and I take cedarwood. I usually put about 3 to 5 drops in the palm of my hand and I put it in my hair. I'm getting older and it's supposed to help decrease the chance of thinning and baldness. And besides that, it smells good. You know what I mean? And just as an essential oil in general, for guys or for somebody that's getting started, it's really not that expensive. It's like a $13 bottle of oil. So I know in the beginning, a lot of guys or people may be kind of thinking, oh my gosh, these things are so expensive. But like when you really break it down on something like that, you got a bottle of oil, you're going to get about 250 drops out of it. So you've got, we'll say about a 2 to 3 month supply for, I think it's, let's say $10 or $15. So, I mean, we're talking $3 to $5 a month. It's really not that much money just for one oil to kind of get started. And the other reason why I like it is for the business builders on the call. A lot of times when you're trying to get your order up to over certain limits for either incentives or just to get there, you usually need something like $5 or $10 or $20. It kind of fits into that mold of kind of rounding up to orders. I'm sure some people have kind of gotten into that, at least on the business builder side. So yeah, that's what I typically put on first. And then after that, what I usually use is I usually put on, I guess we'll call it like the oil that I use instead of like a cologne or something that's like a scent oil. Typically what I use is either Valor or I use what's called Chivalry. It's a Young Living blend that I just like the smell of it. Young Living deodorant, and then I start my day. So do you want me to continue with the rest of the products I use throughout my day? You want somebody else to go? It's up to you. I can keep going.
If you have some other great ones you want to share with us, we can.
Yeah, I mean,
on
on the supplement side. So like now that I'm kind of clean and ready to start my day, I've got some oil on me. I usually start work. I work from home. But then in the middle of the day, like healthy lifestyle, most of the time what we're really doing is like maintaining healthy lifestyle, living in a chemical-free home. I'll take what Haden spoke about a ton, which is Ninja Red. It's just a kind of fixture in our home. It's pretty hard to keep in stock. I have a family of 4, 2 kids. They drink it, eat it. We freeze it and have ice pops. We consume it constantly. Right now we're in the middle of the Rev Up challenge. So we're kind of consciously drinking, I'll say, more of it to kind of start the Rev Up phases. And then what I take is a supplement that's called Life 9. It's a vitamin supplement. It's a package. Jolene actually grabbed one. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's for vitamins. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I am a guy. I have no idea what they are. Jolene says, take it. And I'm sure most guys know this. It's supposed to help you and it's healthy. I take it. It keeps me running. We're good to go. And then I'll say, like, throughout the day, what I typically use all the time is Steve's products. Like, if I probably forgot to tell you guys this, and I don't want you to think I'm like rude, but I brush my teeth. I use Steve's toothpaste. I wash my hands. I use Steve's soap. If I wash dishes, I use Steve's soap to clean my dishes. When I'm doing laundry, because I usually will throw a load of laundry in while I'm working during the day, I use Steve's detergent to do laundry. When I do laundry too, and we dry laundry, we don't use dryer sheets. We use wool balls, and then what we'll typically use is we use purification oil, which is it's an oil to help just rid of toxins and things of that nature. We'll put it on the dryer balls, throw it into our dry cycle, and then all the stuff is purified. It smells better. Yeah, that's kind of the normal day. I'm gonna stop talking because I feel like I've talked for too much on that topic. I'll let one of the other guys go.
That's okay. And if anybody's wondering, they're like, I'm not really sure. So the packet that you take with all your vitamins is actually called Master Formula. Karen dropped it in the comments for us that's actually, she's like, that's Master Formula, which I'm thinking that's what that is too. So it's okay. So
Karen always helps me. So thank you, Karen. I couldn't remember what that name of it was.
You're
We have
welcome.
Life
I
9.
got you.
Life 9's in the fridge, though. I guarantee you it's in the fridge. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember.
yeah, Life 9 is a probiotic, if anybody's wondering. So you probably have that as part of your routine too. But Greg, you want to tell us a little bit? You mentioned a couple about how you use oils, and maybe you also want to share your daily smoothie that you make with us.
Sure. So much like Eric and Hayden, start off my day working out and have the hey Willow. I take Amino Wise, which is a powder I can put in water, and it helps keep your muscles from getting sore. But so basically, my day starts with breakfast, and I make a smoothie every morning. And the smoothie is basically just fresh fruits and vegetables, but I put 7 different Young Living products in it. I put the Young Living chocolate protein powder, which tastes amazing. The Ningxia Red, that's going to be the theme everybody hears tonight, because Ningxia is amazing for so many things. I put in Sulfurzyme, which Sulfurzyme is one of those supplements when you're taking it, you don't realize what it's doing, but run out of it, and all of a sudden your knees and elbows and back start doing the old snap, crackle, pop, and you feel like you're 100 years old. So I put those in there along with vitamins B, C, and D. Now the B usually doesn't taste good if you chew it up, but if you mix it in with the smoothie, you're good. And then I put 6 drops of cinnamon bark. So it's a protein smoothie that lasts with me for a good 4 hours. You know, I'm not hungry, and a couple of the things in there help me with my sugar levels, because much like Hayden was talking about, you know, I had high sugar for the longest time. When I say high, it was north of 350. And the cinnamon bark is something that helps with it. The Ningxia is amazing. So everybody's addicted to something. I'm addicted to sugar, but I started drinking Ningxia, and I'm looking in my desk drawer so I can show you my prop. But I started drinking Ningxia, and it got rid of my sugar cravings. I keep my ultimate crack, one of these, in my desk drawer. It's a Little Debbie Christmas tree, and it doesn't even tempt me. But the reason I keep it in there is if I want something sweet and I'm downstairs, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that when I've got what I really want upstairs. So I'm seeing how many years I can make this thing survive in here. But kind of couple that with, you know, most everybody in here knows about the Rev Up program, and that's where you drink a lot of Ningxia and then you eat better. So 2 months ago, with Karen's help, I started ingesting more Ningxia. I started, I guess the best phrase is I eat to live. I no longer live to eat. And in 2 months, with just adding these supplements, adding a few extra oils that I've nicknamed the Sugar Bomb, I've lost 19 pounds my sugar has gone from 350 down to every day it's somewhere between 60 and 120. So that's the low range of normal up to a little high. So and what's crazy is, in the past, if my sugar would have been low, I would have done the sensible thing and, grabbed a donut or a piece of cake or something. And now it's, just take a couple swigs of Ningxia, eat an apple or an orange or grapes or something like that. And um, long-winded answer, but that is the reason why I think Young Living is for guys, because a lot of us guys love to eat. We eat the wrong stuff, and these products just help me turn it all around, and it's I can't imagine my life without it. I feel amazing, and something as simple as in the past, Karen's always had to drive at night because my vision has not been the best. Once my sugar back to normal, I can see as good at night as I can in the daytime. And it sounds like a small thing, but it's been a huge relief for me.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And that's, what everybody's shared here and what you're doing, what everybody's doing is, it can be life changing for people. And, I think everybody's mentioned Rev Up. If that's something that you're interested in, the person that invited you definitely can get more money. Hayden, did you have anything you wanted to chime in with your routine or anything that you do there?
Yes, I will go ahead and mention Citrus Fresh essential oil. Some people, I'm one of them, when the winter comes, you ever heard of the winter blues? I think that's what they call it. I get that. So I have to have, I will put a couple of drops of Citrus Fresh and a fatty oil in a vegetable capsule. And I will do that from November until March. Because I really don't need I don't need to do it all throughout the year, but during that time, I would do that. And I will tell you, it has been dramatic in the tests that I've had done at the VA because I'm a veteran. I went from not even on the scale, my levels were at 8. They went from 8 to 61. At 50, you start it's high enough to worry. You don't have to worry about, that big C word that everybody worries about. So I'm, just because of Young Living, along with the Ninja Red, the Citrus Fresh also, I'll be doing that forever. I mean, it's good for me. It also, uplifts your spirits, and it also, you can also put it in your water. It's a good thing. I wouldn't, Greg and the thieves, I wouldn't do the thieves in the water, but I would do Citrus Fresh in water.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick the Citrus Fresh over the Thieves. Although I will say I do drink Thieves on occasion, but it is a little spicy when I have it. So, so I guess I'm looking kind of at our list of things, and we've touched on a bunch of things. But I have 2 questions I'm going to ask, and I know the one we kind of touched on already, but and it is: do you run your Young Living as a business, which we know Hayden has told us that he does, and our other 2 lovely gentlemen support their wives. So would you want to share with us a little bit, kind of like a typical day, Hayden, and then we'll have Greg and Eric share what do they do to support their wives when they're running their business. And then I have one final question I'll ask you after that. So
Okay. When my wife first started doing this, like I said, I'm a typical guy. I wasn't really all that excited about it, but I did support her from the beginning. That's one thing I did do. And what I did for her was, whenever she had a set up or meeting, I would load the stuff in the vehicle. I would ride with her. I would unload the stuff out of the vehicle for her. If she needed, I was like a personal assistant. If she needed copies, I'd go get, I do copies. if you know, she didn't feel like cooking dinner, I would either make dinner or make sure that she got something nutritious and healthy for dinner. Now that we're doing it together, you know, we kind of, you know, piggyback off of each other. You know, anything that she needs or, you know, or desires, I tell her if it's Young Living related, because most of the stuff, if you guys don't know this, it's a business write-off anyway, most of it. I'll just, you know, I'm like, she doesn't have to bother me asking me if she can get it. She knows she can go ahead and get it. So she goes ahead and gets it. And you know, there's also, as back to the guys, there's also a program called Essentially Equipped. It's for guys, it's for Young Living. I'm a member of that. If some guys want to get some more information about that when we get finished here, you could just shoot me a message about it. I mean, it is a great organization. We get together, you know, at least once or twice throughout the year, and they talk about, you know, supporting your wife, supporting your business, you know, having, you know, more camaraderie with the guys in the group. But I love the fact in this business that this is something that, as a couple, something that we can do it together. It is awesome, the fact that we can do that.
So I don't know if Greg, you want to share, or Eric, whichever one of you would like to. You have something you'd like to add to that?
I can jump on because Eric was going to throw me under the bus anyways. Um, I I support Karen by doing anything and everything I can to help her. She is amazing. She could do this all by herself, but kind of like Haden said, when we go to like a vendor event or something like that, I go with her. You know, I help load it up, I help set it up. If some, you know, not enough people are stopping by, I'll say something stupid or funny to try to get someone's attention, and then, you know, she'll take it from there and just close the deal. Um, but this is 100% in support of Karen. You know, she won that trip to Hawaii, and so I went with her, you know, just to support her.
Yeah, and Karen and Jolene, Eric's wife, both won trips to Hawaii. And I know that you were both behind them, supporting them and getting them there. That I'm sure that they will say they couldn't have done it without you, that you were there to support them in whatever it was that they needed with that. And, you know, Haden and Brenda won a team trip recently, went to the beach, that they both earned that too from supporting each other. So Eric, is there anything else that you would like to add to what they've already said?
No, I mean, this is a full-time business for my wife. And we take it extremely seriously. It's a big part of our life. It's just a big part of our lifestyle. So a lot of times the work doesn't seem like it's the work. As a husband, since we've been doing it for such a long time, you just go through different, you know, things to help your wife, especially when you have somebody like my wife is absolutely passionate about this. She loves it. She loves it as a product user. She loves it as a business builder. So, you know, as a partner in life, especially during specific milestones in the business side, as she was going through the different ranks and stuff like that, certain years, I can say, when I kind of started my year and started like the New Year's resolution, some of my resolutions was basically just like never say no to whatever the ask was for her to achieve her goals in the business. So I've definitely had to sacrifice some things like selfishly that I wanted to do for her to take part in certain events or seize opportunities that just kind of arise that they think or that she thinks that she can capitalize both on a business sense or just on a self-development sense. And you know, as a partner, there are some things that work, there are some things that don't work. It's part of just business and life. And, you know, you have your ups and your downs. And I know my wife, specifically in the business, sometimes you kind of get in the lows and you need somebody else to pick you up and say like, look, man, this is just part of it, you know, like it's part of the learning curve. I'm sure you're going to go through this and if you go through it and you rise above, it's something that you can teach other people in your organization. Hopefully it'll help them. So yeah, I basically do whatever. She's in charge. Her nickname is the boss lady. So I do what the boss lady says, and I'm typically referred to as her Sherpa. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's great. And I know that they all appreciate what you do to help them and support them. And I guess we're probably getting close to our time, probably over our time, but we've heard a lot of different things from all of you. And I'm gonna, I guess, give you one final question. And that is, what product line do you use the most? I think you've all hinted at it, maybe it's hard to tell, but I'm gonna put you on the spot and say, which one do you use the most? So Eric, if you want to start this one, we'll let you take this one first.
It's probably Thieves. I think Thieves is the product line I use the most. And the way I use it the most is depending upon the time of year, the essential oil I'll use. Usually like in the fall and like when there's lots of people getting sick, I put it on the bottoms of my feet as an essential oil. And then just in the products that use it, it's by far pretty much everywhere in my house. And it's just unconsciously something I use throughout my day.
Greg, how about you?
Hard question because I love so many of them, but Ningxia is my absolute go-to. Hayden held up the packets of it, which are great when we travel, which Karen and I do a ton. We keep looks like a wine bottle in the fridge, and that's what I put in my smoothies. But Ningxia is just it's my lifesaver. It's so good for you. It tastes so good. And like I said, it takes my sugar cravings away. And anybody that's known me for any length of time knows that, oh my goodness, I never met a piece of cake that I didn't introduce myself to. And now I just don't do that.
Okay. And how about you, Hayden?
For me, it's definitely the Ninja line. You have Ninja, you have Nitro, and you have something that's called Zing that we have not talked about. When we our first time going to convention, we flew into Denver, Colorado to see our daughter. Wanted to stop and we had a 12-hour layover there. Spent some time with her, rented a car, drove the rest of the way to Salt Lake City, Utah. That's still 8 hours, by the way, guys. And so by the time we had stopped to get something to eat, we're both looking at each other, our eyeballs are glazed. We got the window open, the music's blaring, but we can tell that we were about ready to tap out. So once we got done at the restaurant, she's like, "Oh, we have these Zing things. Why don't we drink one of these?" And it's like, duh, yeah. We drank it. We got to the Airbnb. The two couples there that we were staying with, they probably wish we hadn't have drank it because we were just for hours just doing that. And they were probably like, man, this rat's not going to stop on this wheel. But Zing is awesome. And like Greg said, it tastes so freaking good. It's kind of, you're sitting there like, this is really good stuff, which it is, but it tastes good too. So you just want to drink it. Especially if you find out all the good stuff that comes from it.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. So we're getting ready, just about ready to wrap up. Is there anything that any of you would like to, Hayden, Greg, or Eric would like to share with us before we get to our final wrap up real quick?
I'll be real quick. Anybody that's new that's on here, all I can do is what we tell anybody that we talk to. I challenge them to give us 90 days of consistency, 90 days of open dialogue, conversation between us and them. And if they could do it for 90 days, and after the 90 days, they don't feel any better, or they're not to a point to where they want to at least try some of the products, we tell them, hey, that's fine. It's not for everybody, which is not. So we just tell them that and we move on. But give us 90 days and just see how everything works out for you.
And to add to that, I mean, you guys have all heard us talk about how we love the products. What you haven't heard us talk about is probably more important to me is the community. I've met a lot of people that are here on the Zoom tonight at convention. It was my first convention. I met Haden yesterday for the first time on Zoom, and I guarantee you him and I will be lifelong friends. And then lastly, Eric and his absolutely beautiful family. Met them what was it, 6 months ago? We met at convention, Eric, and brothers couldn't be closer. So just an absolute cool community, and just a lot of people to lean on, and I can't fail to mention my buddy Hank. I think him and I are twin brothers. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess just to add to what they were saying is, you have to use the products. They're not something that just happens immediately. They take some time, it's just like anything else. You're not going to have instantaneous results overnight. So it's about consistency, both as a product user and then as a business builder. The best advice I can say for new users is just try different stuff. If you're not sure, talk to different people. Someone always has something to offer that they've used a essential oil product or a Young Living product that's driven some sort of a solution for them in different ways, shapes, and forms. And for the business builders that are out there, if you're struggling or if you're going through something, everybody goes through these things. It's normal. If you look at the outside world, it's probably pretty similar to your business sometimes, and just keep at it. There's a lot of good to be had once you get to a certain level in the business. I can speak from personal experience. I am fortunate enough that my wife has the liberty to be home all day with my children and still do something that she really passionately loves. So keep at it, the business builders and the newbies or the new people to it. Just try different products, ask different people, ask the people on the call. There's tons of people on this call that know more than us. They're so engaged in it. They have passion for it. They can give you some guidance, and they enjoy sharing the guidance, and they have lots of wonderful.
Yeah, I think those are all amazing, really wonderful points to leave us with. And take Haden's challenge, 90 days and see what it does for you. Pretty sure that you're going to be like, you're not going to be a skeptic anymore after the 90 days. So so I want to say thank you so much to Haden and Greg and Eric for sharing with us. And, it's been great to have you here. And you are another whole wealth of knowledge that we have. And so if you are here tonight and it's your first time, you haven't ever been started, or maybe you have been here for a while, there are a few ways to try the products. And maybe you had one or two that really stood out to you and you're like, I want to try that product. And you can go ahead and you can grab that at retail and pay retail, try that product. Or maybe there was a bunch of them, or you're like, I really want to try the Ningxia, or, Eric talked about Thieves. He used Thieves. I really want to try that Thieves line. Or you're like, I need the oils. You're going to get that Thieves oil. Then, the stuff Greg puts in his smoothie and his sugar bomb. So I'm going to say there's 3 really great options right now is to get a bundle. And we have these Make a Shift bundles. They're already made up for you. They are, it's an incredible value for the products anyways. And then these kits are on top of that, an even greater value. So there's a Make a Shift, just came out, a Make a Shift reset bundle that gets you the Ningxia. It is a phenomenal deal. And if you have never ordered before, January is a great time to do that, because the person that invited you to this call or shared this video with you, they have a code that they can get you that when you shop with their link can get you 20% off. So that makes it an even better deal to get that. I'm like, I wish I could get that deal, because it is an incredible deal for Ningxia right now if you are brand new. And if you're interested in thieves, there is a Make a Shift. I think it's called Happy Healthy Home. I thought I had it in my notes, but apparently I don't. The Happy Healthy Home that comes with a lot of the Thieves products, the Thieves cleaner, the laundry soap is in there. So it's a great way to get all of those Thieves products. And then there's also the Make a Shift Essential Solutions that comes with a diffuser and some of the great oils. Comes with the Thieves that Greg talked about, comes with the lavender that Eric talked about. So it's just a really great bundle. And there's a couple others too, if they're not the ones that meet your needs. There are a couple others too. So be sure that you get back with the person that invited you to let them know where you want to get started. They will be able to help you with that. They will be able to answer your questions, or they'll be able to direct you where you need to go to find those answers. So yeah, we really want to thank you for being here. We want to thank you for watching the recording. And again, we want to thank Haden and Greg and Eric for sharing with us tonight. We are here every Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern time, and just sharing. We have wellness classes. We have some that are focused on the business, which is what I forgot to mention. There is the income opportunity, a business opportunity. You heard all three of these gentlemen talk about that. That is available too, if that's something that you are interested in, that you are looking for. Again, be sure to talk to the person that invited you, because they are going to be able to help you get set up with that. If you're ready to go right now, you can get started for just $1. That's to get what you need to start doing it. And maybe you've been around and you've been loving your products, and now you're like, I'm ready to share them with other people. You can do that. Or maybe you're brand new and you're like, I want to get some products and I want to start sharing with people and bring other people along on this journey with me. You can do that. It's possible for everybody, and it's yours. You get to decide what you want to do. So reach out to the person that invited you or the person that shared this video with you. And again, we just want to thank everybody for being here, and we want to thank you for presenting too. And join us again next Thursday. So thank you, everyone. Karen, you can go ahead and